quarterback Steven Zilke, a senior, will take the first draw here for Thomas. And for Canandaigua, it's going to be Luke McCroby, the junior midfielder. So they place him right on the CA logo. And at 7:02, we are underway. And McCroby out the back door has the first face-off win for the Braves. So they'll get the first possession of the game, trying to generate some defense. He'll run down and tag up left-hand side of the box. With it now is Elliot Morgan. Morgan goes left for Nate Sheridan. Around the horn they go in the right-hand corner now. Coming out of the corner with it is Sean Mulvaney, sophomore, 1 goal in the season. Thomas playing some man defense here, really coming out after the ball. Elliot Morgan has it just outside the top of the box. Canandaigua's going to run a midi behind and get a new midi on into the offense here. Running in off the bench for the Braves and completing the midfield is Brandon Giuseppe, a sophomore. Pass goes down into the football end zone left-hand side. Around on the right now for Mulvaney. Mulvaney defended tightly. Thomas really extending out after the ball here. They're going to put pressure on the ball and try to take it away. Running from right to left in behind the cage and circling back out for Canandaigua, protecting the ball, Jackson Grant. He has 5 goals, 8 points in the season. But again, they have just a total of 5 guys who've scored goals in those first 3 games. Here's Elliot Morgan outside the box, already a minute in to a scoreless game. Diagonal path towards the goal. Morgan cranks it up and save made off the body. Rebound's going to bounce out. The Braves are going to pick it up. And now it's hacked at loose, and Thomas picks up the ground ball. So they get the save and the ground ball pick up by Eli Adams. And here comes Webster Thomas now on the attack. Adams will feel the pressure back in front of the goal to Dalberth. Owen Dalberth, the senior, will walk it up. He makes a nice pass up the middle to his long pole teammate, and that is Will Peters. Peters will check up now and feed it for the midi Nathan Hoban. 7 goals, 15 points. He's the top scorer for this prolific offense that scores 15 goals a game. Out front right now, Ethan Shappy. He'll play catch along the perimeter with the midfielders. Chase Gottstein, left-hand side. He'll get it right back. He'll look right, take his time. 10-15 in the first. Nothing. Ball dropped near side Shappy. He's got room to pick it up. He has a short stick defender on him and Elliot Morgan. He'll run down the right-hand side towards the goalpost. He'll go in behind at the last second, feed the ball left there, and back out front left now, Chase Gottstein. Gottstein diagonally towards the left-hand goalpost. He'll run in behind now from left to right. He takes a little bit of a bump in the back. Chasing after him is Alex Rude, sophomore, defensive midfielder. He'll curve to the left-hand goalpost, doesn't take the shot, feeds it out front. Looked like that was intended for somebody else, but Reed Doolittle kind of shortstop that pass, I think. Left-hand side, Nathan Hoban. Down in the left corner for Doolittle. In behind now, David Petz. Petz, 5 goals, 7 points in the year. He had 30 last year, their top returning scorer, and the pass is going to get away and come all the way back down into the other end. It's chased by the Braves, and that's going to be an over and back, and Canandaigua gets the ball. So Thomas comes up empty on their first possession, and the Braves will look to score first. On the left-hand side, it's Nate Sheridan. Sheridan goes down in the corner now to Williamy, the freshman. 5 goals, 8 points for him in the first of his career. Around in the middle it goes now to Jackson Grant. Grant outside the box, right-hand side for Connor McKenna, Jr., with 1 assist on the year. Braves being patient, but boy, Thomas really goes after the ball. They got the first save of the game on that first possession. Nate Sheridan feeds it out front left now to Giuseppe, the sophomore. They pick up the pace a little bit, but again, Thomas is really extending that defense. They're coming way out past the top of the box to defend here. They're not letting Canandaigua crank up any midfield shots. Left-hand side now, Sheridan. He'll feed out front left to Giuseppe. Around the horn, they're 10 yards out of the box, and the defender coming right out. Eli Adams is stalking his man right outside the box. Left-hand side now, Giuseppe. He'll run inside the box, takes a couple of hard bumps from Anthony Shura, and feeds back in behind. Both teams being patient here with the offense. Coming out is the lefty shot. Mulvaney gets in front, shoots wide, and the Braves have double backup.
And yeah, you can't say it enough, Ted. Webster Thomas doing a great job to keep them way outside. Canandaigua was just going right around and keeping in that offense, but look for them to attack a little more, but Webster Thomas is keeping them on the outsides.
So this is shaping up as a single goals kind of game. This might be an 8-7 kind of game. Ball dropped on the near side. Connor McKenna, he picks it back up. He'll run inside the box. Neither team with a score yet. Comes to the middle of the field. Braves in the shiny red helmets, reflecting the lights, which are on here at Braves Field. Coming out top, protecting with one hand, is Jackson Grant. Grant is marked by Eli Adams. Adams backs off him a little bit. They're going to run a new offensive midi on now. That's Elliot Morgan, and Morgan takes the pass in the middle, but he's still 10 yards outside the box. Under 8 to go in the first, nothing. Just the one shot on target so far. That was stopped by Owen Dalberth. Coming down the right-hand alley is Morgan. Man right on his hip. Comes to the right-hand goalpost. Morgan feeds quickly in behind. Throwing out front. Here's the dunk. It's over the top. Turnaround shot. Drew Williamy, the freshman, just missed the crossbar.
Williamy made a nice play to come behind the net and come out in front and crank that one just a little bit over the net. Canandaigua was going to, however, retain possession.
Elliott Morgan out of the right-hand corner. Short stick defender Jason Tucker goes after him. He'll jog right to left, football end zone. Tucker leans all over him. A little jousting going on well behind the cage. Coming out front left now is Morgan. His pass gets away. Here's the scramble. It's picked up by Thomas. They lost it. It's kicked by Thomas into the Brave zone. Bounced off a Brave stick. Battle going on near side, and Canandaigua picks it back up. And running the gauntlet of hits. And coming back onto the attack is Jackson Grant. Good ground ball pickup. Grant just tags up front left of the box. Very physical Webster Thomas defense here so far. We talked about their offense, 15 goals a game. They're allowing just 6 in their first 3 wins of the season. Down the right-hand alley it goes for the lefty shooter, Sean Mulvaney. Usually put a lefty over there in that right attack spot. Goal line left now for Nate Sheridan. Out around the horn now to Grant. And he'll just work it around counterclockwise. Down the right-hand sideline in the corner it's Mulvaney. Mulvaney will feed back in the cage now for Drew Williamy. Around front left, Williamy just missed the crossbar a moment ago on a little turnaround shot. Pointing for a screen is Elliott Morgan. And he's going to run away from it, actually. And here comes a short stick defender to lean on him. Bumping him hard is Anthony Shura. These short sticks get after it. Makes a swim move inside Shura. Comes to the goal. Feeds in behind at the last second. Williamy out front. Moving to the middle is Jackson Grant. Goes lefty and scores! Jackson Grant on the board first.
Jackson Grant, fantastic left-handed shot from the top of the left side as he went right-handed. Didn't have an option there, went to his left hand and scores the first goal of this game. And as we're just about 6 minutes into this first quarter, these two teams scoring a lot of goals in the season, but we've only got one so far, so Canandaigua up 1-0.
Team leading 6th of the year for Grant. And it's 1-0 Braves, 6:16 to go in the first. New face-off man here already for Webster Thomas. It's going to be, oh no, actually it says Zilke again. Same 2 at the face-off X. Canandaigua had the first win. And this one, good battle. It is raked backwards, trying to scoop it up off the turf. Is McCroby, can't. Hacked at, bouncing around, long stick pickup. Thomas, if they can hang on, still bouncing far side. No one's got it yet. Big battle to the sideline. Canandaigua player falls down, and Thomas has the face-off win. And they'll charge right towards the goal. Pass out front, shot, body save. Down low to make the stop was Fiola. It's going to bounce to the far side. Each goalie with a save.
Fantastic save by Fiola. He thought it was going to be a 1-1 game. He shuts the door, says no. Webster Thomas is going to retain possession. Ball went out of bounds.
Epic battle in the faceoffs. David Petzt, 5 goals, 7 points has it. Back out top now for Ethan Shappy. Shappy will start one way, moves back left now to Chase Gottstein. Shappy in the middle. He's about 10 yards outside the box. He'll circle the right-hand side. 5:41 in the first, 1-0 Braves. Rematch of last year's Section 5 championship game. Won 6-5 by Thomas. Maybe in for the same kind of game. Gottstein tried to feed out on the wing, couldn't. He's marked hard. Feeds across on the right-hand side now to Shappy. Shappy comes down the football hash marks. Looks to feed the crease, can't do it. Goes in behind instead. Dodging toward the goal with it is Petz. Petz will feed right out front and unable to get the arms extended. Backing away is Nathan Hoban at the last second. Hoban thought he could crank it up. Couldn't quite do it. Right-hand side now for Shappy. Shappy slides over. Reed Emerson on him. And they'll work it back on the left-hand side now to Gottstein. He'll back way outside the box and try to get up ahead of steam. He's defended by short stick Alex Rude. He'll run middle on him. Right-hand carry. Chokes up on the cross. Moves down the football hash marks to the goal. Bouncer and score. He picked his spot down low and Chase Gottstein ties it up.
Wow, fantastic play. He ran about 20 yards to get past a couple defenders and deposit that one by Fiola to make it a 1-1 game. Fantastic shot there from the Thomas player to make it 1-1.
So we are all even with 4:57 here to go in the first. He picked his spot down low, and this turf is pretty bouncy. He got it down low and it bounced up, so the goalies have to watch for that high hop coming off this turf. And for Gottstein, that is his 7th goal of the season. So all even one apiece. Face-offs are all even one apiece here on a beautiful night at Canandaigua Academy. Same 2 at the face-off X. First move out the back door by McCroby, and he'll pick this one up cleanly. So it's a 2-1 edge for Canandaigua. And McCroby roughed up hard by his opposite face-off man, Zilke, and he almost shoved him out of bounds. Good check by Zilke, couldn't do it. One hop pass now to Elliott Morgan. And the Braves come on to the attack in a 1-1 game. 4:40 left to play here in the first. Down on the left-hand side, behind now to Williamy. They'll send it right for Mulvaney. Mulvaney out on the right-hand wing, and right back out top again to Jackson Grant, who has the Canandaigua goal. Pass on the left-hand side, Morgan. Morgan twirls the stick over. He's chased by the aggressive short stick defender, Anthony Shura. Shura loves bodying guys up. He'll take hacks at him. He'll come hard to the goal. Shura's made about 20 hits in this game already. He'll circle back left-hand side, Morgan. Morgan feeds out on the wing now to Giuseppe, and Giuseppe will hang on. He has a short stick on him, Brady Hill. He'll go to the goal. He goes low and scores. Same move. First of the year, and the Braves are on the board.
Giuseppe made a nice swim move on his defender there to get past the short stick defender in, I believe it was Shura. Deposited that one off the bounce in front of the goaltender. We have a 2-1 game. We had no scoring in that first 6 or so minutes. Now we got 3 goals in the last 3 minutes, so figure that one out.
First of the year for Braden Giuseppe, the sophomore, and he took almost the same shot that Gottstein did. Bounced it hard, and this turf gives you a pretty high bounce, so the goalies have to recognize they're either going to come out and grab that short hop or try to read that higher hop coming up. Face-offs are 2-1 in favor of Canandaigua. 4-4 in the first. Braves on top here 2-1. And procedure this time over to Thomas. Cheating the whistle was McCroby, so face-offs are 2 apiece. And getting it on the restart will be Gottstein, who scored the goal for Webster Thomas. Tags up front right of the box. He's got Nathan Hoban out there in the midfield. Feeds him the ball. Third mid he jumps on. That's Ethan Shappy. And Shappy will take the pass marked by short stick Reed Emerson. Emerson comes out. Braves being aggressive as well. Both these teams are defending 10, 12 yards outside the box. Coming down the right-hand wing and firing low, missing wide right was Shappy. Backed up in behind by Webster Thomas.
Yeah, both teams are guarding out high. You think 10 yards higher than what you've seen, and a lot of those guys come out with short sticks though, so they're able to beat them with swim moves. So watch for that.
That's why this game was 6-5 last year. David Pett's in behind the goal. He's got a long stick defender on him. That is going to be Mason Bolster. And the pass gets away and into the Canandaigua bench. They throw it away under pressure, and the Braves take it back. 3:24 in the first. Canandaigua leading 2-1. A little sunshine on the scoreboard here.
It's an absolutely beautiful night in April here in upstate New York.
That pass to Bolster, the defenseman, across field now on the near side to his fellow long pole Eric Platten. Platten runs it up. He'll shoot it, a 10-man ride and miss. Wow, you don't see much 10-man in high school. The goalie was out on the ride, Owen Dalberth. He recognized and missed that net by about a foot from midfield.
Wow, that was almost a 60-yard goal that Canandaigua's going to retain possession.
We saw this in the Hobart game that they did Saturday on the radio, but you rarely see a 10-man ride in high school lacrosse. But the goalie came out and was doubling, and they recognized but didn't miss the net by much. They did have the backup. That's the key. You got to make sure when you crank up that shot, you have backup in behind. Goal line left at Sheridan now. Out front left for Giuseppe. 2-1 Braves, under 3 to go here in the first quarter. Good start in a classic matchup. That Thomas roster, they got enough for about 2 more teams. They might need an extra bus to get everybody back home. Elliot Morgan comes down the right-hand side. They move him around a little bit. In behind now to Williamy. Williamy off front. Dunked and save.
Fantastic save by Dalbert.
Sean Mulvaney tried to make a quick little one-hopper, and Dalberth that time read that hop and smothered it. On the clear now is Shura, the good defensive midfielder. Now he's an offensive midfielder. He'll tag up front right of the box, and Thomas looks to tie it up. 2:16 in the first, 2-1, Canandaigua on top. Down in the right-hand corner now, it's Evan Pashalidis. 7 goals to lead the team. He's 14 points, third on this Thomas team. They have a little more scoring depth and a little more scoring period than Canandaigua has in their first 3 games. Out top, looking for midfield help is Shappy. Nobody coming off the bench right now, so he runs down the alley himself. He'll fake the pass, hangs on to the goal, shoots, and that was steered aside. I think that you got a piece of that. I'll call that the second save made by Jack Viola.
Yeah, nice play there by the Webster Thomas attackman there to dodge a couple defenders and bring it in. Nice save by Fiola on the other side.
Pet's in behind, out front right, low pass, bobbled around a little bit by Ethan Shappy. He'll pick it back up, and again, well outside the box. The Braves aren't coming quite as far out as Thomas is defensively. They'll let him have it out there 10, 12 yards past the box. Gottstein runs around his man, comes right, takes a bump. Gottstein fakes, hangs on, doubles back, lefty carry, moving middle with it. Gottstein under pressure. He is being checked hard. He's just circling around, now wants to dish, and finally does across for Shappy on the far side. Ethan Shappy goes left-hand carry, and trail check attempt. It was almost stripped away by short stick defender Alex Rude. Back out top it goes. They'll reset beyond the box to Nathan Hoban. Hoban down the right-hand football, hash marks, cranks it up, and goes upper left and scores. Hoban finds his spot, and the game is tied.
Hoban, what a shot. As we mentioned, another player from Webster Thomas heading to college next year. He's going to be playing in Lemoyne. He'll be a Dolphin. Fiola a little bit angry with himself that he wasn't able to make that save in the upper left side coming from the right side of the net, so it's 2-2.
Well, that's a shooter's goal. That's his 8th of the year. He got that just into the upper left-hand side of the net. And this game's even at 2 apiece with 1:05 left to go. Face-offs even 2-2, saves even 2-2, scoreboard even 2-2. And same 2 at the face-off X. It's Luke McCroby against Steven Zielke. McCroby out the back door, flipped it right to his long pole, Brady Camella. That's a pretty win. And Canandaigua back on the attack here. So the Braves have 2 goals in the first quarter. Remember, they're averaging just under 4 per game in their first 3. They were shut out by Section 3 Baldwinsville on Saturday. Right-hand side now, Mulvaney. He is being worked over by long stick Thomas Wolford. Runs away from him, feeds back in behind the net now to Williamy. He goes goal line left for Sheridan. Nate Sheridan back out on the left-hand wing. Checking the clock is Morgan. They're working away from the clock. The scoreboard clock is behind them. The attackers behind can see it. Middy's out front, needs some help from the bench. They're waiting to run another offensive midfielder on here. They're using up some time. They're holding for a last shot now, 26 seconds, and Canandaigua is going to sub up some personnel here and get more offense on. Jackson Grant comes onto the field now and takes the pass. Grant goes left-hand side to Morgan. Morgan inside the box. He'll run middle with right-hand carry. Morgan down to 10 seconds left. Goes right to the goal. Shoots and scores with 7.4 left. Morgan puts the Braves back in front.
Wow, fantastic play by Morgan is right, and that's his 5th goal of the season. He brought it all the way from the left side of the field, all the way across with the right hand. Finishes to get a 3-2 lead, 7.4 seconds remaining. What a play there by Morgan to give Canandaigua the lead.
That was interesting. They subbed up a lot of personnel. They used up some time before they brought 2 or 3 offensive middies in, but they worked the clock well. Probably not enough time for this face-off. We've seen goals in as few as 7 seconds before. Face-offs are 3-2 in favor of Canandaigua, as is the scoreboard. They'll place them down. The new rules this year, they just place the ball. It's going to be picked up by Canandaigua, but they're not going to have any time to do anything, I don't think. They'll crank one up wide, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. So after 1 here at Canandaigua Academy, the Braves lead Webster Thomas 3-2. You're listening to and watching high school lacrosse on FingerLakes1.com. And here we go back to the face-off X, where it's now a 4-2 edge for Luke McCroby. He's won 4 out of 6 against Steven Zilke. Those 2 all the way. McCroby gets down in the slightly lower crouch. He's pretty quick off that whistle. And he's got this one if he can pull it out. He can't. Battle is on. It is raked free by Thomas. A good win for Zilke that time. First move McCroby, but Zilke gets the win, and Thomas has the ball. And then knocked flat is Ethan Shappy. Shappy wants a call, and he is not going to get it. It's going to be Braves' ball. So the Braves yard sailed Shappy and took the ball away. Running across midfield now, Elliot Morgan. Morgan through a couple of defenders, coming right down the middle, trying to catch him. Now he's going to settle in. This Thomas defense settles in pretty good, and chasing hard from behind Eli Adams, one of those good aggressive long sticks for the Thomas Titans. Back out on the left-hand wing now, it's Braden Giuseppe. He has a goal today, his first of the year. Both teams running some personnel on. Jumping in off the bench is Jackson Grant, 5-goal, 8-point scorer for Canandaigua. Across on the right-hand side now, it's the attacker Sean Mulvaney. Mulvaney will feed down in behind the cage to Williamy. They put the freshman in behind the goal. Goal line left it goes for Sheridan. And around the horn goes Canandaigua, looking for that gap in the D. Won't find too many gaps in either one of these Ds. It's Jackson Grant out top, now back almost to midfield to Giuseppe. He puts his teammate on his knees, Elliot Morgan, going down to play the low pass. Good job. A little over a minute in, second quarter, 3-2, Canandaigua on top. Rematch of last year's Section 5 title game. Running middle with is Morgan. Morgan, quick pass on the right-hand side, Grant. Jackson Grant sends it in behind to Williamy, the freshman. Williamy out front left now. And faking middle with it is going to be Giuseppe. Back right, hard angle shot save. Jackson Grant cranked that one up, and I think he just got a piece of it with his shoulder, it looked like, and it bounced out far side. Great stop, Owen Dalberth.
Yeah, he was able to kick that one away and knock it out of bounds. Great heads-up play. Jackson Grant cranked that one pretty high in velocity, so a nice save by Dalberth.
Shots were 5-4 on target in favor of Canandaigua in the first. 1 shot advantage, 1 goal advantage. Down and behind the net now, Williamy, the freshman. He'll work left. A long pole, Owen Windorf comes after him, and Canandaigua content to go around the horn. They go back clockwise now. In behind the cage, another low pass at the feet of Williamy. He picks it up. Goes front right to Mulvaney. Back out on the wing, Jackson Grant. Back middle, left-hand side now, Morgan. Elliot Morgan down the sideline. Coming out to play it there is Sheridan. Sheridan has Jason Tucker Jr. on him. Runs inside him to the left-hand side, well out from the goal. In behind Williamy, another pass off target. Braves are missing passes here, but they're being able to save him and keep it alive. Jackson Grant coming middle. Left-hand carry rips it high over the net. I think his stick might have been hit from behind by Adams just as he took that. Braves back up.
As we spoke, you can always shoot when you got a guy behind the net like that. You're able to get the backup, so always a great shot, especially when you have a guy back there.
Mulvaney fakes the pass over the top, now goes out front and sends it back out middle to Morgan. The defense isn't coming quite as far out now for Thomas as they did early in the game. I think they're backing up into the shell a little bit. They'll let the Braves play the perimeter passing game. Behind to Williamy. Goal line left, it's Nate Sheridan. And comes out front. New Mitty jumps on for Canandaigua. That's going to be Connor McKenna, I think, getting his first midfield run of the night. A couple of fakes left-right by Sheridan. Sticking to him like glue, Jason Tucker. Sheridan goes towards the left-hand goalpost. Sends it behind now. Quick pass out front. Couple of fakes, Giuseppe. His pass is knocked away. Scramble for it. Hack free by Thomas. And they're going to scoop it up. Picked up by Eli Adams. Long ball on the run. Chase from behind. Turnover. And Webster Thomas heads it with a chance to tie the game. Now looking for some help is Adams. He wants to find a short pole, and instead we're going to get a timeout called here by Webster Thomas to save that possession with a long pole running around. 8:52 to play in the half. Canandaigua's on top by a score of 3-2. Generations Bank's been serving the financial needs of the Finger Lakes region since 1870. Generations combines the best of modern banking with dedication to our local communities. Whether you're looking for checking, savings, a mortgage, home improvement loan, you name it, they have what you need. Visit them at mygenbank.com. Generations Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. You have to be especially careful with this Thomas defense with ball security because they will take it away.
Yeah, and like you said there, the ball became loose, and Eli Adams was able to scoop that one up with the long stick and bring it all the way down the other side. Coach was able to get a timeout there to reserve the possession, and you have no stranger in Eli Adams in recovering that. Last year, All Greater Rochester DNC Rock super team, first team All-League in Monroe County 2. He's committed to play at Fairfield College next year, so you will see him a lot out there, especially with that long pole. Eli Adams, he was able to pick that ball up, run it over into the box area, and get the timeout there to reserve possession for his Titan team, and fantastic play from one of the leaders on this team, Eli Adams.
Limited schedule tonight. This is vacation week, so there are no games at all in the Finger Lakes League. Elsewhere in Monroe County Division 2, Schrader is at Brighton tonight. Penfield is at Spencerport. This is our third lacrosse broadcast of the year. We hope to add some baseball and softball. This would have been a great baseball or softball day. That's the problem, is those are often few and far between. But we're happy to have brought you some good lacrosse matchups, including this one. This is terrific. And then, is it possible, a better one on Saturday? Penn Yan Mustangs come here. That is going to be huge. I'll try to listen in from out of town.
Yep, myself and Paul Russo will be here on the call for that one. Really excited for that one. Penn Yan, obviously, you nicknamed it in our first game when they play in the Class D tournament. That's the Penn Yan Invitational. So definitely a superior program in Penn Yan coming to town here at Braves Field. I'm really excited for that one. But we got a good one here going on now.
Thomas off the timeout, off the takeaway. Nathan Hoban has it on the restart. He has his 8th goal to lead the team. Waiting to take a shot at him is Brady Camella when the referee blows the whistle. Lights are on, but we still won't need him for a little bit longer. Nathan Hoban tags up, left-hand side of the box. Camella dogs him hard. He's outside left now, and backing away from pressure, Ethan Shappy. Leaning way out on him, Alex Root. He came 15 yards outside the box. Shappy gets away, cranks it up, and save made. High shot. Jack Viola read it well for his third stop.
Saved by Fayola, and he was able to get it out on the attack real quick, and he was able to get the ball into the offensive possession real quick.
That's equally important for a goalie. It's one thing to make a save. If you can get rid of that ball quickly and get a run going. We have a flag down here, maybe somebody offside or too many players. I didn't see any contact. Right-hand side, Olvany, so Canandaigua's going to get the game's first man up. I'm thinking maybe a time-serving offside here against Webster Thomas. Behind the cage is Williamy, the freshman. They'll work it around the perimeter. They don't mind here. They'll take a little bit of time to get that whistle. Twirling it over out top is Elliot Morgan. Running off the field now is Emerson. They'll get an offensive midi on in Olvany. And Olvany will take the flip and back towards the top right of the box. 7:53 first half, 3-2 Braves. Flag down on the field against Thomas. Pass across on the left-hand side now. Jackson Grant will double back left-hand side. Grant just really smoked one a moment ago. Hardest shot of the night. And a great stop made by Dalberth. Each goalie with 3 saves. Down the left-hand alley now, protecting with one hand is Elliot Morgan. Goes towards the net, shoots low, and scores! Let's see if the flag. Morgan makes it 4-2.
Morgan with almost a cookie cutter at what he did on the other side, what he did on the right side of the goal in the first quarter. He did it on the other side to make it 4-2 in favor of Canandaigua. I was just going to say at this break, we haven't seen a goal yet in this quarter. Was a little surprised by that and with all the scoring we had in the second half of the first quarter. But now we get one on the board. Canandaigua extends their lead 4-2.
That is his second straight goal. He had the goal at the end of the first quarter, and I think we probably did have an offside. It's been picked up, so no foul. They'll take the goal instead, and the Braves lead it here by their biggest margin of the night at 4-2.
Yep, Elliot Morgan's second goal of the night makes it his 6th of the season.
Team that was shut out on Saturday by Baltonville. That's Canandaigua plays a great schedule, good out-of-league teams, and they'll play a lot of those A teams. Good face-off battle, and this one straight out the front door by McCroby. McCroby charges the net, goes low, didn't get a great shot, and backup try by the goal, and he got there. Owen Dalberth wins the backup for Thomas. The crowd don't like it here. Crowd doesn't like it here.
Excellent hustle by the goaltender to turn out of his net and run back and get there back first, Bob.
He read that shot very well, and Dalberth will play it now. Once he saw it was wide, it wasn't a great shot. I don't know if McCroby stumbled a bit. Yeah, he might have gotten hit a little bit. First time out there, Michael Dowden, a junior, in the midfield now for Thomas. 1 goal, 4 points on the season. He's going to run off. He was just out there in transition, so we get an offensive midi on Gottstein with it now, right-hand side. 2-goal Braves lead, 6:58 to go first half. Next man in off the bench is Shappy, the senior with 7 goals in the year coming into the day. Playing off him a little bit is Rude. He'll just set a foot in the box and back away now. And he'll work it out the alley outside the football number. Circles in, one-hand carry, beat his man, slings it left, hard rip, high and wide left by Hoban, backed up in behind by Pashalitas for the Thomas Titans.
That one just got away from Hoban a little bit as he ripped that one wide, but nice play there to get a shot for him.
Pashalitas knocked down, flag down on Eric Platten. They're going to get Platten, I think, probably for a 30-second push. Shappy comes down the alley, so this time Thomas will get the man-up opportunity. Canandaigua was going to have one, canceled out by a goal. Now we get the steal and the touch. And let's see about this call. I think they're going to call this, I believe, a 30. Well, the ref made a quick signal, so we will find out in a moment. But I think they called that a 30-second push against the Canandaigua long stick, Eric Platten. Penalty comes with 6:20 left to go here in the first half. Platten kneels down, and they did put up 30 on the board, so I'm pretty sure they called that a push. So first man-up opportunity of the night for Webster Thomas, and they need it down here trailing by 2 goals. Pashalitas in behind the cage now to Shappy. They move Shappy down behind the net here on the man-up unit. They also have Reed Doolittle, sophomore midfielder, out there. They pick up the pace a little bit. Pass across field, left-hand side. Reversal back right to Gottstein. Almost threw it away. Gottstein double team. All knocked out of his stick. It's flipped up in the air. Picked back up by Thomas. Pashalitas, good read to grab it. Beat Shappy now, and they stay on the man up, and the penalty's over. So Canandaigua gets the man back, and Thomas 0 for 1. But we always say it's not whether you score on the man up, it's whether you score on the possession. Double teamed and losing control is Shappy. It's going to roll near side, and it is just kept in and then hit the sideline. Canandaigua gets the takeaway.
A nice attempt there by number 12, Nathan Hoban, to keep that one in bounds. He almost did kind of like a basketball sideline play, but Canandaigua has possession now.
Running across midfield is Jackson Grant, so the Braves try to add to their 2-goal lead. 5:25 to play here in the first half. Giuseppe out high. Another flag goes down. I think we have another offside here against Thomas. They've been having some problems getting their personnel on the right side of the field, so now we get whistle. And referee is going to say... Now the Canandaigua fans are yelling here, saying that they had 2 men offside.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
They said they had 8 men. You hear one of the fans, you can hear in our crowd mic. So it's going to be a time served offside. It'll be Jason Tucker to serve it. They're just going to get the 1. The fans were saying there were 2. So 30-second time serve offside called here against Thomas with 5:14 left to go in the first, and Canandaigua will get their first man chance. Did they do it? Oh, they got both. Right. Wow, they had 8 players in the defensive end. So Gottstein is also going to serve, and it's a 2-man up now for Canandaigua. And I think that's what the previous penalty was, so that's something they're going to have to work on here, is getting their personnel out of the field, because when they transition to defense, they put 8 guys out in the defensive end. Hard to score 6 on 8. A little easier now, 6 on 5 for Canandaigua. Behind the cage to Williamy with a 3-goal lead, or 2-goal lead, looking for 3. Hard shot over the top. And again, trying to jump into the backup, Dalberth couldn't get that one.
Yeah, he almost got it. It's excellent for him to almost try to make a save and then turn around and almost get the backup.
Another great skill for a goalie, the ability, once you see that shot's wide, jump out. Here's a low rip, and that bounced over the top. Really getting the full extension was Jackson Grant on the left-hand side. 12 seconds on the twin penalties. That's the only problem. You get 2 men up, but it's only for 30 seconds. So you don't have a whole lot of time to do anything. Back in the middle now, Morgan. Morgan will feed right. Hard crank over the top by Nate Sheridan with 2 seconds left on the penalties. So it appears they'll be
high shots, but they have backup, so just keep firing away. Good angled shots. Now one of these is going to find the net, and I like that. I like the philosophy.
Penalty over. Possession continues now. Quick shot is wide by Morgan. They were trying to get the shot before the two men came back. So we're back at full strength now. 4:40 in the half. Canandaigua leads at 4-2. On the restart in behind is going to be the freshman Drew Williamy. Out around the horn in the middle now to Morgan. Good-looking midfielder. Jumping into the midfield now for the Braves is Connor McKenna once again, getting another midfield run. Here's the short stick D-Midi Shura right out on Morgan. Shura loves to lean on guys. He'll lean on Morgan. Gets the stick on him. Bumps him around a little bit. Morgan protects. Comes across right-hand side now for Jackson Grant. Maybe the hardest shot on this team. Behind the net now Williamy. Williamy, quick feed over the top left-hand side. Low skidder and score. I think that was Nate Sheridan who got the one hopper into the back of the net. 5-2 Braves.
Almost an elevator shot coming from low and finishing high and getting it behind the goaltender to stretch this out to a 3-goal advantage for the hometown Braves. Fantastic shot. Another great shot from that good angle off the side there, and able to beat Dalberth. 5-goal game now for Canandaigua here in this first half.
I think it was Sheridan who got the low one hopper. Oh, they said it was Giuseppe. So Braden Giuseppe with the goal, and that is his second of the game and second of the year.
3-0 in favor of Canandaigua in the second quarter.
He just picked his spot, and this is going to be a clean win for McCroby. So McCroby's now 6 of 9 at the face-off X. I love a shooter who picks his spot. That time that was Wernberger. That hopped about 2 inches off the turf and skidded into the back of the net. He picked his spot.
On the goal, it was number 22.
Aha, I was right the first time. All right, so we'll fix our scoreboard here in a second. It was Nate Sheridan scoring the goal. 3:48 left to go in the half. Braves' biggest lead so far now at 5-2. Back out in the middle is Elliot Morgan. So that is going to be Sheridan's third of the year. And the Braves in possession once again, trying for another one. Checked hard is Giuseppe. He'll circle around and feed out on the left-hand wing, joining the midfield off the bench. Jackson Grant, 5 goals, 8 points entering the day. Under 3.5, first half, 5-2, Braves on top. Playing strong offensive lacrosse. Good shot selection, good shot execution. Running to the right-hand goalpost with it, Morgan. Morgan circles in behind. Quick pass in front. One-time save, Owen Dalberth. On the quick one-timer, his best save of the night. It's going to bounce around and be picked back up by Canandaigua. Thomas had a chance at that ground ball, could not reload. What a stop by Dalberth. And back on the left-hand side, we get timeout now, Canandaigua, to talk things over. 2:56 in the first half. Braves with the ball and leading by a score of 5-2. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz are proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online, littlejohnortho.com.
This quarter has been absolutely dominated by the Braves. It shows on the scoreboard 3-0 and shows by the eye test. Canandaigua's had the ball a lot. Dalberth made a huge save there. Good thing he was able to prevent that one because it would have made it a 6-2 game. Would have made it real tough for the other team and for Webster Thomas in the second half. So Dalberth keeping them in this game, but Canandaigua's had their prints all over the second quarter to kind of take control of this lacrosse game.
It's interesting. I don't think we've had an assist yet in this game. It's been individual effort, but I always say I love shooters who know what they're going to do, and you could tell in that last goal that Nate Sheridan picked out what he was going to do. Just a simple worm burner, 1 or 2 hopper, skidding past a great goalie, Dalberth, and then Dalberth made a doorstop save just a moment after that to keep his team in. He's got 4 stops so far, and 3 for Jack Viola, 2 of the better goalies in Section 5 going at it tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you look at last year for Dalberth. He had a great save percentage in the 47% last year. A great goaltender on both sides. Like you said, Fiola got the second team All-League honors in Monroe County too last year. So an excellent goalie battle that we've really depicted in this game, and it's been cool to watch, and it's going to be cool to continue. Only a 5-2 game with about 2:56 remaining in the second quarter, and I think I see it going the same way. Not a ton of goals going to be happening, but we'll see what happens.
Braves are doing a better job keeping away from that takeaway-oriented defense. They're not walking into some of the traps they did in the first quarter. Giuseppe off the restart, right-hand side. He'll go around the horn. They'd love to eat up some time and make it 4 goals at the half. Willoughby, the freshman, behind, out to Sheridan, who just scored. Braves put on a little motion offense here. Sheridan will dodge, drop the ball under some pressure from Tucker, picks it back up. Jason Tucker, short stick defender on him. Right in front of the Braves bench. He'll dodge down the football hash marks, goes hard towards the net, feeds behind to Williamy. Or actually, it's Mulvaney this time with a left-hand carry. Out front right to Jackson Grant. Grant shake and bake move. Comes middle with a left-hand carry, goes right, goes back left. Runs middle. Grant across on the left-hand wing now for the midi Elliott Morgan. Morgan inside his man comes to the middle. Back right now to Giuseppe, and in behind for Mulvaney. Mulvaney testing the defense, 2:07 and a half, 5-2 Braves on top. He'll run in behind from right to left, curls to the left-hand goalpost now, doesn't have any angle. He tries to, he falls down and shoots it wide. He's guarded tightly by Wilford and scramble for the ball. Picked back up by Williamy. Freshman with a big offensive ground ball. He'll attack the back of the net. He'll curl out front, can't get the turnaround shot away, so instead goes out front left, and they reset to Morgan now with 1:45 to go in the half. He got knocked down by Thomas Wilford, but got his shot away. And again, Thomas has had a couple of chances here to pick up defensive ground balls and have not been able to do so, and it's kept these Braves possessions going. Thomas is going to play a lot of defense these last few minutes. Out front right now is Sheridan, one hand on the stick. He'll jog in behind, marked by short stick Jason Tucker. 1:24 to go in the half. He'll circle around in that right-hand corner. Little shoulder juke into the end zone, right to left. Comes left-hand goalpost. Here's the pass out in front. Back middle now to the midi Morgan. Morgan will work right, stop and start. Doesn't have an angle. He'll feed him behind instead to Williamy. Williamy, quick pass over the top. One time and score! Williamy sets up Sean Mulvaney, 6-2 Braves.
And I was going to highlight that Williamy made the impressive play to hustle for that loose ball in the back to recover this offensive possession, but then he makes an even better pass out front. He's behind the net, leaves it out front for his teammate as he deposits it behind the net for Dalberth. Canandaigua all Braves in this quarter, their 4th goal of the quarter to make it a 6-2 ball game, just over a minute left in the second quarter.
Terrific feed over the top by the freshman Drew Williamy, his team high 4th assist on the game. And Mulvaney just dunked it down low. First assisted goal of the game. 1:05, still plenty of time. And McCroby knocked to his knees, gets it up anyway. He picks it up, and they're going to say a foul anyway to him. So he did the extra work for nothing. They were going to give him to him anyway. He gets shoved down on his knees.
That's his 3rd goal of this quarter. My bad on that one.
Oh, right. It was 3-2 coming into the quarter. But the Braves pitching a shutout here in the second. Now, still out there is McCroby. Now it's going to be a timeout by Devin York in his 6th year. And the Braves will call timeout to set up maybe a last possession of the half with 54.5 seconds left to play in this first half and leading by a score of 6-2. DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. It looks to me, I don't think Thomas has been as aggressive defensively as they were in the first, and I thought it suited them well. They had a couple of takeaways. They've backed up that defense a little bit now. I think it might behoove them to try to come back out and challenge that ball a little bit more. Yeah, and the fact that they're not doing that has made Canandaigua just be able to easily pick their spots. They're able to ring it around and not knock time down on this clock. They got the lead, and as they always say, the best defense is good offense. So they're able to keep possession in that offensive zone and kind of handle it and find their spots. And when Webster Thomas does kind of fall around there, they're able to make spin moves and get through that Webster Thomas Titan defense and get to the net and great in this quarter, get 3 goals to extend this lead for the Braves. This is a big defensive stand now here for Webster Thomas because Canandaigua is smart. They're well coached. If they get up 5, that's going to affect the way they play in that second half. You'll see them take the air out of the ball and work it around. You don't want to get very much further behind if you're this Thomas team. That's for sure. That's probably something they're not really used to this year. You know, these 3 games this year, they've won 2 of them by a large margin. The one game against Penfield, their second of the year, they won by 1. So going to be interesting to see how they take it into this half in this last 54 seconds, if they can cut in this lead or if Canandaigua could extend this lead with a Canandaigua possession. On the restart, it's going to be Giuseppe on the right-hand side. He'll take a bump as he runs inside the box, tags up, does his work. 49 seconds left to play in the half. Canandaigua moving toward the clock, so the middies out front can see it. Down in the left-hand alley now for Aaron, who's got a goal here in the second. Williamy, right to Mulvaney. He has a goal here in the second. 37 seconds left to go in the half. 4-goal Canandaigua lead. Around the horn they go middle. Elliot Morgan, he's kind of the quarterback in the middle of that midfield for the Braves. Left-hand side now Sheridan. Coming out on him is short stick defender Chase Gottstein. Gottstein's going to try to take his path away. 21 seconds left. He'll go towards the net now. They're going to pick up the pace a little bit. In behind for Mulvaney. Mulvaney, pass right out front. Williamy dropped it. It's knocked loose. It is scooped up and then lost in front and shot just over the net. Giuseppe picked up the ground ball. They had no backup. But that's not a bad shot to take there with 10 seconds left in the quarter. And now a full field clear. Here's the fling downfield by Thomas, going to bounce towards the front of the goal. Pass in front goes off the stick of Gottstein. Will they get a shot away? They do, but it's stopped. And that takes us to halftime here at Braves Field. A great second quarter for Canandaigua, and they go to halftime leading Webster Thomas by a score of 6-2. You're listening to and watching Class B Boys High School Lacrosse on FingerLakes1.com and on Canandaigua Academy YouTube. So here's the first test right away for Zilke and Thomas. Can they get possession of the ball? Because they didn't have it much in that second quarter, and they won't here. McCoby scoops that out the back door, and he's won 8 of 11 now, and he's bumped around. Now Thomas is going to have to get aggressive and take it back here. Long pole pass now near side to Elliot Morgan. So the Braves set up. Let's see how they play it offensively. Obviously, there's a ton of time left, almost 24 minutes of lacrosse, but I think they're going to be deliberate here, and they should be. They should really cut down the shots they take to just the highest percentage shots. We have not seen a stall warning in any game we've done this year, so the refs are pretty lenient in letting them run it around the horn. On the right-hand side now is Jackson Grant. Grant will just back outside the box, lobs the ball middle to Giuseppe, who had a goal earlier. Left-hand side now, Morgan. Down the left sideline now to Sheridan, a beautiful worm burner goal. Right-hand side now to the lefty, Mulvaney, and just around the horn they go. Be interested to see if anybody gets put on the stall warning here in this game tonight. Elliot Morgan, left-hand side. He'll back outside the box now. Has 10 seconds to get back in, does. Swim move, left football hash marks, pass in the middle, and hard rip is blocked off the stick of Giuseppe, but Canandaigua is going to pick it back up near midfield. We're going to try. It's juggled around, picked up by Elliot Morgan. Another 50-50 ground ball goes to the Braves. Webster Thomas has had no luck on those jump ball ground balls that are either teams. Coming middle now is Morgan. Morgan will circle through traffic, feeds back on the right-hand side now to Grant, and Mulvaney down the right-hand wing. So the Braves have already had the ball for a minute and a half here to open this third with the 4-goal lead. Coming out front left now is Sheridan. Around the horn they go. Playing catch on the wings, Elliot Morgan. Morgan just outside the box left to Sheridan. Sheridan will pick his path inside the box. Now comes in. He'll tag up and go down the left-hand side. Feeds in behind to Mulvaney. Quick pass out front right. Grant cranks it up over the top of the net. Jackson Grant has a hard shot.
Yep, Grant was able to crank that one up from the right side, just went a little bit over the net. Canandaigua had backup, so they were able to be deliberate, like you said, in taking that shot with having a backup there, and especially coming out the stick of Grant, who's got
almost 2 minutes into the quarter. They haven't seen the ball yet. Lefty shot, not a good take there by Elliot Morgan. That was not a good decision. With that big lead, it was a weak shot. He did have backup, though, and they keep the ball. They need to get better percentage shots than that. Don't be flinging the ball up 4 goals unless it has a real good shot of finding the net. Sideline left now, Sheridan. He'll come out on the wing, so now we're over 2 minutes into the third, and Thomas hasn't seen the ball. Here's the pass right in front. Hard rip is just wide, and then whacked in the back as he shot was Elliot Morgan. Morgan grabbing his lower back. He took a stick in the back just as he shot that. That was a much better take by Morgan that time. He's got it again left-hand side. Say he's the quarterback. He's always out in the middle of that midfield. He handles the ball every time. On the right-hand side, Grant. Mulvaney in the corner. Fakes back to Grant on the wing. They reverse direction. Back to Mulvaney in behind right. They'll feed down and behind again. That Thomas defense not quite as aggressive. They're not going after the ball, I don't think, as much as they did in the first. Coming out in the middle with is Sheridan. He'll run middle. Sheridan goes right-hand side now to Grant. Grant has a good hard shot. Low pass behind for Williamy. Out front left now, it's Morgan dodging. Morgan, tough angle on the left-hand carry. Williamy, quick feed over the top, is going to be intercepted. It's picked off by the goalie, Delbert. He got his big stick up into the passing lane. So there's the takeaway for Thomas, and it took him 3 minutes to get the ball. Hold a pole pass now to Eli Adams. Adams will tag up and find his midi. So the defense does the job. Long 3-minute defensive stand there for Thomas. They have the ball, and it's still a 4-goal game. Nathan Hoban with it now, in off the bench for Ethan Shappy. Shappy feeds across middle to the midfielder, Gottstein. Braves will come out and challenge. Short stick Alex Rude on him. He'll run down the left-hand middle. Feeds it left side now for Shappy. Shappy circles middle. Shappy trying to get the arms unloosened, whatever. Can't. And the shot over the top, Jay Scotch. You know what I mean.
He fired a high shot there. That one went pretty high over the net, but he has back up there to keep the possession here for the Titans.
Dodging right with it now is David Petz. Haven't heard much of him offensively tonight. Back out top now, they have Reed Doolittle getting a midfield run, and pass now to Hoban. Hoban had a goal earlier, 6-2 Canandaigua, 8:12 left to go in the third. So we're almost 4 minutes into this third, and Thomas has not scored yet. They'll change that now, score Ethan Shappy coming middle, and he goes top shelf, cut it to 6-3.
Ethan Shappy, fantastic play, as you said, top shelf, as he ran through the middle, evaded a couple defenders, and deposited that one into the back of the net. That's going to be Ethan Shappy's 8th goal of the season, and Webster Thomas needed that one. That makes it an 8-3 game, or 6-3 game, excuse me, here in Canandaigua.
And it started with that defensive stop that they needed very much. So 8:05 to go in the third now. And the face-off battle on the wing, and Canandaigua has another win. 9 out of 12, so Thomas, they're going to have a hard time coming back here if they have to rely on defensive stops. The Braves have another face-off win, and clearing nicely is long pole Brady Camella. So the Braves will tag up with possession here. Lead cut to 3, though, 6-3 now, 7:45 to go in the third. So now it's the Braves who have not scored a goal here in the third quarter. Out around the horn, they've got Morgan over on the right-hand side now. They've moved their personnel a little bit. McCroby is still out there. He's going to run off now. He's one of those rare face-off, get-off guys in high school. Most face-off men stay on in high school, but not here, and Giuseppe will take the pass. So Canandaigua's personnel all set now. Under 7.5 in the third, they lead at 6-3. They had a long 3-minute possession to begin the quarter, but turned the ball over. Out top right now, Giuseppe. Left-hand side for Jackson Grant. Down the sideline, it's Sheridan. Behind to Williamy. Now on the right-hand side, it's Olvany. So they're just going to take their time. They reverse back to Olvany. Goal line right. Back out on the right-hand wing now. Just looking around is Morgan. He'll back away. The physical long stick, Shura, is on him. Bumps him a couple of times. In behind for Williamy. Williamy, quick pass out front. Grant running middle. Gets the arms extended and scores down low. Jackson Grant gets it back to make it 7-3.
Nice pass out behind the net. Another assist going to be for the freshman Drew Wilmy as he leaves it out front for Grant. Grant took a couple screens and deposited that one behind Delbert. A nice answer for the Braves after Webster Thomas Titans struck first in this third quarter. They make it back to a 4-goal lead here in this third quarter. 6:48 remaining.
That is his second of the game and team leading 7th of the year. That's a big goal to stop Thomas from having any big momentum here and getting a run going. 6:48 to go in the third. 7-3 Braves, and this one is kicked around on the wing. Good forward by McCroby. He'll try to chase himself. It's loose on the turf. Bouncing around. Long pole's raking in. Comes near side now, and Thomas gets an important win. They get a win-win. Now they throw it away, so it's a win that's not a win. They won the face-off and then turned it over. Brady Camella picks it up. I call those wins that aren't wins. You get the face-off win in the stat sheet, but you don't get the ball. And so the Braves have it again. Back in the goal it goes for the goalie, Fayola. Long pass up left-hand side. That's going to bounce away and go out of bounds. So turnover Canandaigua, and Thomas has another chance. Eli Adams, the long pole. They'll feed back in front of his net. And now the long pass up on the left-hand wing. Good pass on target. And coming up across midfield, Nathan Hoban. He'll tag up. So now Thomas has a chance to answer again, but the lead's back to 4, and we're already to the midpoint of this third quarter. Braves will be happy to play 50-50 lacrosse the rest of the way. They'll trade goals with the lead. Ethan Shappy runs middle. Shappy down the alley. He's right at the last second. Lefty shot, save made off Evan Pashalides.
Yeah, nice save there. Shappy left it there for the teammate. I thought Shappy was going to kind of take that shot as he did on the previous goal that he scored in this quarter.
It was a great shot by Pashalides. It was kind of high to high and able to read it nicely. Fayola for his 4th save. Across midfield. Check to the sideline. Bumped around, falling out, but getting rid of the ball was Sheridan. And what's the call? It was a timeout. They got a timeout.
Yeah.
Sheridan got shoved to the sideline, and Devin York got timeout in time to prevent what would have been a Braves turnover. So 5.5 to go in the third. They still have the ball and have the 7-3 lead. Ferrara Lumber has been locally owned for 3 generations. It's more than just a lumber and building supplier. Stop in on Bayard Street in Seneca Falls. Browse their full selection of power tools, hardware, lawn and garden, painting, and plumbing supplies, and talk to their experienced staff when planning your next home improvement project. So that was a big goal for the Braves to get back, because if you're in the lead like this, you just don't want to give up any runs. You don't want to let that momentum slip to the other side.
Yeah, and they did. And when Shabby got the first goal in this third quarter, but like as you said, Canandaigua fired back on that goal from Grant, and like you said, Ted, they'll be very good with just trading goals here in these last 18 minutes of this lacrosse game. So it's interesting to see what the philosophy was coming out. Canandaigua was able to scoop up that possession. They had the ball for what was about 2.5 to 3 minutes in that first possession of the game. Dalbert had the goaltender for Webster, Thomas, had to make a great play as he was turned around in his net, and he intercepted the pass out front to get the ball in possession. So Canandaigua was doing a great job in kind of keeping possession in that offensive zone and draining out some clock here.
Another one of those old lacrosse cliches is you got to move goalies around. You have to change the plane, they call it, on the shot. And that shot a moment ago by Pashalidas, he didn't change the plane. It was high to high. He went it from about chest height to chest height. And a good goalie, and of course the goalie's holding the stick up high, he's going to read that and see that, and Fayola made the stop. Remember, when we saw kind of a run of goals earlier in the game, it was guys going down low and getting that high hop going. So you're not going to beat either one of these goalies with a shoulder high to shoulder high shot. So a great timeout by Devin York as his man Nate Sheridan was getting shoved on the sideline. He was tiptoeing. He finally went out, but they got the timeout before he threw it away. And on the restart now, it's Jackson Grant. Another 10-man ride now. The goalie Dalberth is out a little bit. This is interesting. They're going to double team Grant. But the goalie's out, and it works. He coughs up the ball, and now it's going to bounce around and be picked up by Pashalidas, and he'll come down the right-hand side. So they go to the 10-man ride. We saw that earlier. Canandaigua almost had a full field goal. But this time it works on the double team. You leave the net unguarded, but they doubled and took the ball away, and now Gottstein has it. And here's Thomas down by 4, trying to cut it back to 3. They'll tag up. On the left-hand side, the midi Shappy. He's had a strong game, running middle. Shappy right-hand side, inside his man, shoots low, save, rebound, score!
Shappy got his own rebound there, Ted, and he was able to deposit that one. But going back, what a play to get the goalie out of the net and double that attacker to get the ball. And then on the other side, I believe it was Shappy who got that rebound and scored.
It was his second of the game, 9th of the year.
Second of the game, his second in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
It was a great first stop by Fayola, but a good follow-up there by Ethan Shappy to grab that and dunk it home. Now we have discussion. Are they going to take this away on a crease violation? Referee is going to say 4 counts. I think they were talking about a possible crease violation in that rebound. 2 of the refs conferred, and they said it's a good goal. So Thomas cuts it to 7-4 with 4:56 left to go here in the third.
I don't see a ton of rebound goals in lacrosse. You certainly see
not
that,
many,
but it's not as imperative in like a game like hockey. But it's pretty cool to see a guy fouling his own shot, able to get that rebound and deposit in the net.
Face-offs are 9-4 in favor of Canandaigua. It's been the same two, McCroby and Steven Zilke, all the way for these two teams tonight. Actually, it's a new man now. Nicholas Ange, a sophomore, is out there for Thomas. Doesn't matter. It's another Canandaigua win. They have a 10-4 edge. Pass across on the far side. And here's a long pole. I'm not sure what that was. Are they going to call that a shot? I don't think so. Now they are. They're going to say it was a shot. I don't know what he was doing there. The goalie was in. He fired that from 3/4 field about 25 feet over the crossbar.
You could have a guy that could do that call it a shot, though.
Yeah.
That's actually a good idea, especially when you have the backup. And, I mean, shooting on the long pole that far is with accuracy is extremely tough. But
it wasn't really a 10-man ride, so I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure they should have ruled that a shot. I mean, I can't imagine it's a pass because he skied it, so I guess it has to be a shot. Kind of an odd take, but it worked for Canandaigua, and they have the ball now. Elliot Morgan outside the box left-hand side, and again, they'll take the air out here with 4:09 to go in the third, and the lead cut back to 3. That's as close as they've been able to get in this third. Up around is Morgan. Morgan will feed right-hand side now. Down the alley behind for William. He's got 2 assists in the game. Out front left now to Braden Giuseppe. Giuseppe will run middle. He's chased hard by Tucker. He's on the right-hand side now. Coming down the alley is Grant. Grant feeds it behind William. He curls, jump shot, and save made by Galbraith. Rebound shot wide, and they don't have backup on the rebound. Will be Thomas Ball.
As I said on the thing, you don't see a lot of rebounds, and we see another one there. That one didn't get converted, but still a great work by Canandaigua to try to pounce on that rebound.
So now momentum over to Thomas. They can cut it to 2. 3:35 to go in the third. Running up hard across midfield is Shura. Shura's been good on defense here. He'll tag up inside the box. We'll see if he stays out. He usually runs off, and he will. He'll get an offensive mid on, and that's going to be Nathan Hoban. Out top right with it now is Gottstein. Gottstein waiting for more help off the bench. Ethan Shappy joins them. They have their midfield on now. 3:14 to go in the third. 7-4, Canandaigua on top. They led by 3 at the half. It's still 3 here. Running middle, Shappy, bumped around. Gives now for Paschalidis. Paschalidis backs away from the defense, just testing Canandaigua. And he'll work outside. No hurry here for Webster Thomas. They just need a good offensive possession. Down the right-hand alley he goes. Bumped around a bit with a righty carry. Feeds the ball in behind. Quick pass over the top. Dodging middle is Gottstein. Gottstein back right now to Shappy. Shappy right, and skying one is Paschalidis. He tried to go low to high, but he went low to very high in the left-hand corner, backed up by Webster Thomas. They also have Reed Doolittle out there. He's had a few midfield runs today. Doolittle's playing feeder in behind the cage now. He'll come out front here and give the ball to Shappy. 2:38 in the third. Trying to cut it to 2. Shappy pass the right-hand side off of Paschalidis' stick. Scramble for the ball, and Braves take it away. Picked up by Mason Bolster. And then Bolster checked on the end line, and it goes back over to Thomas. He stepped on the end line. So Thomas, quick pass in front. Shoveled, save made off Paschalidis. Rebound, score. Another rebound goal. This one by Chase Gottstein to make it a 2-goal game.
First save by the Canandaigua netminder, Jack Faiola, was fantastic. He wasn't able to get the rebound opportunity. A great shot by Paschalidis to notch another one for Webster Thomas, but a fantastic save by the goaltender Faiola on the first attempt. However, not able to get the second one. And the goal for Webster Thomas, and all of a sudden we got a 7-5 game.
That's back-to-back goals for Thomas for the first time today. And makes it 7-5. Another rebound goal. Great job following those shots by Thomas. They're still not winning at the face-off X. It is Nicholas Ange out there again for Thomas, and another clean pickup right out the front door this time by Luke McCroby. He'll feed it left-hand side. Tagging up is Sheridan, so the Braves need a goal now to just get momentum back. They still have a 2-goal lead, but you certainly don't want to let that get cut to 1 here. Physical defense now played by Thomas Wolford. Trying to cut out front, falling down at the edge of the crease. Getting back up is going to be O'Vaney. He got knocked down, so now they're turning it up. Now we're seeing Thomas play that tight man-to-man they played in the early part of the game. They're getting after the ball again as they did early. O'Vaney knocked down left-hand side, stripped, all in the crease, and picked up by Galbraith, the goalie for Thomas. Sean O'Vaney got flattened. There's that physical D by Webster Thomas. The short pass up is a bad pass, almost stolen away. Bouncing free, it is stolen away. Picked back up by Nate Sheridan. Unsettled across here. Sheridan will take it and feed in the middle to Morgan. Morgan will settle it down now to Jackson Grant. So Thomas had a chance to get within 1, and they failed to clear. And on the left-hand side now, Jackson Grant. 1:18 in the third, 7-5, Canandaigua on top. Down into the left-hand corner. Across in the right corner now, O'Vaney. Boy, O'Vaney just got absolutely flattened a moment ago, and clean check. High school officials call it tight. It's hard to knock a guy down in high school lacrosse and do it legally without drawing that flag, but they did. Left-hand side now, Sheridan. Goes down in behind now to William E., the freshman. O'Vaney right-hand side. Long pass out on the alley. Dropped out of bounds? No, it was picked up. Wow. Thomas was late going after the ball. Canandaigua got away with one. That ball bounced a couple of inches inside the sideline, and it was there for the taking, but Thomas didn't get after it, and Canandaigua was able to keep the possession alive. O'Vaney right-hand side, ref ducks out of the way. He'll feed it out front right now. Giuseppe back across middle to Jackson Grant. Grant's a guy who can crank one up from the midfield and score. There's the stall warning, first time today. Now they have to keep it in the box. So they can't go outside the restraining box. Sheridan, that tightens the space up for the defense to guard. Pass the middle, Grant. Grant drills it and scores!
Absolute howitzer, about 10-12 yards out from the net, goes top right corner behind the net. Right after they were placed on the stall warning, Jackson Grant says, okay, I'll fire one. He gets a high shot, goes past the goaltender Dalberth, and Canandaigua takes an 8-5 lead here with 14.5 seconds left in the third quarter.
Another late quarter goal. They got one at the end of the first. That's big. Right after we put on the stall warning, he just ripped it. I said he's a guy that can score from out top. And Grant has the hat trick. His third of the game, 8th of the year, and the lead's back to 8-5. So for all the work Thomas has done in this third, they've gained no ground. 14 and a half left. They're still down by 3. And McCroby again scoops it up. It's bounced around. He lost it. I'm going to give that one to Thomas because he never really had it. So that's their 5th win. Pass is low at the feet of Paschalidis. Goes to the net, shoots high and wide left, and Canandaigua I think is going to have this. And they will with 1.4. It's not going to matter. They'll take the 150-yard fling here just for practice. There it goes downfield, and there goes the horn, ending the third quarter. So Thomas shows some life in the third, but Canandaigua comes back with the answer. After 3, it's the Braves 8, the Thomas Titans 5. Back with the fourth quarter next on FingerLakes1.com. And he's just really quick. The new rules emphasize quickness. We'll talk about that again when we get a second. They've changed the face-off rules to match the college rules this year, and McCroby out the front door has the pickup. So 12th possession. Now let's see if they can hold on for 3 minutes as they did at the beginning of the third. They certainly want to hang on to the ball here in this fourth quarter. They were put on the stall warning late in the third. First time we've seen that all year, and they scored seconds after. Bumped around as he runs in behind is going to be Sheridan. On the right-hand side now, Mulvaney. So I think you'll see Canandaigua try. They'd love to go 3 minutes or so and get a goal here and be right back to a 4-goal lead to open up this fourth quarter. Around the horn they go. Left-hand side, it is Sheridan playing in behind the net now. They've moved Williamy out front, and Sheridan is in the feeder spot behind. Goes lefty carry. He'll feed right over the top. It goes through Morgan back on the left-hand side. Back for Morgan right. He'll go to Williamy now, or to actually Sheridan. Ball bouncing loose, scramble. It's knocked free to the far sideline, and it's going to be off of Canandaigua. Thomas gets the takeaway, and they'll have possession. So it was only a 1-minute possession that time for the Braves. And here comes Thomas down by 3 with the ball. Across midfield on the run now is Ethan Shappy. He'll tag up front left of the box. Goalie saves in the game, 6 for Fayola for Canandaigua, 5 for Dalberth for Thomas. So both goalies have played decently in this game. 8-5 Braves here early fourth. Down the alley, right-hand side. Faking the shot was Gottstein. Maybe thought he had a chance. Bouncing pass is going to go loose near midfield. Chases on, and this time Thomas will pick up a contested ground ball. Nathan Hoban picks it up. They haven't had much luck on those contested ground balls. Hoban, not sure if he tagged up there or not. I don't think he ever got in the box. Now he is down the right-hand side and feeds the ball in behind to Paschalidis. Paschalidis is a guy with a hard shot, but he hasn't been able to get open much. He'll pass over the top. Here's the catch, the fake, and the low shot wide left by Shappy. Made a nice fake inside his man and bounced it just wide left.
Yeah, I think he had the goaltender beat on that fake, and he just wasn't able to get that shot on target, but they're going to retain possession.
Here's Reed Doolittle now getting some second-half midfield run. Back out high it goes for Gottstein. Gottstein high-stepping down the alley. Gets around his man. Gottstein shoots on the run. That's high and wide left. He got past his defender, Rude, and cranked one up.
Webster Thomas starting to pick up the pace. They're having a guy behind the net for the backup for each time, but look for them to keep doing that as they try to claw back in this game.
Here is David Petz. 5 goals coming in. He's been a little quiet today. Sideline pass now to Doolittle on the left-hand side. Stop and start move for him. Outside the box left now to Shappy. Ethan Shappy around his defender. He'll feed right in front. On the crease. Hard shot. Score. Good passing. It was Paschalidis who got the lefty rip to make it 8-6.
Good passing is an understatement, Ted. I thought they could have taken that shot on 3 different occasions. Oftentimes you can see a team overpass. Not at all there as they were able to find the open Paschalidis on the doorstep as he's able to deposit that one and make it a 2-goal game here with 9:35 remaining in the fourth quarter.
And if you could give 2 assists in lacrosse, Hoban made the last pass. There was one more good one before that. It was 2 quick passes and a goal.
Yeah, I would give him a hockey assist if he could.
Yeah. Back to the X. Can Thomas win one here? Not this time. McCroby out the front door. Well, it's hacked out a bit. He's double teamed, and they do get it. Long pull pickup, Eli Adams. They doubled McCroby. His teammates didn't really help him out enough, and they get the face-off win. Face-off man Ange is still out there. He's going to run off now as he dishes for Paschalidis. Joining the midfield is Nathan Hoban, so they can get within 1. The last time they've been within 1 was 3-2 when Canandaigua scored at the end of the first. It's been a 2-goal or more Canandaigua lead since then. Down the right-hand alley, Shappy. Shappy on the run, feeds the crease. Pashalides out in the middle now. Dodging is Gottstein. Gottstein chased hard. Fans love that defense. Gottstein tried to go to the net and wound up being chased 10 yards further away. Right-hand side now, Pashalides, the lefty, defended by Elliot Morgan. He'll move middle. Morgan leans right into him. He has no path to the net. He'll be forced to back away. 8:43 to play. Braves by 2. He's knocked down, and he's doubled now. Knocked away again, and Braves rake at it. Nobody's got it yet. Pashalides picks it back up. And does he still have it? He's knocked down again and finally gets rid of it. Pashalides knocked flat multiple times. And finally we're going to get a Thomas timeout here to keep that possession from falling apart. 8:29 left to play in regulation. Braves on top by a score of 8-6. Generations Bank has been serving the financial needs of the Finger Lakes region since 1870. Generations combines the best of modern banking with dedication to our local communities. Whether you're looking for checking, savings, a mortgage, home improvement loan, you name it, they have what you need. Visit them at mygenbank.com. Generations Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. You had the feeling all along, even though the Braves have seemed pretty much in control of this game since the late first, that it was going to be a game, and it is now.
Yeah, it sure is, and I really like that kind of fierce sort of defense from those Canandaigua Braves. They kind of played that, swarm the ball. They had one guy really putting pressure on the ball, and then when the ball kind of slipped away, they had another guy right to the ball. And I thought that was a really cool play. I'm not sure if that's Coach Devin York kind of drawing that up, or if that's just the way Canandaigua defense plays, but I think that's really cool to swarm the ball there, force Webster Thomas to use the timeout to retain possession. Here with 8:24 remaining in the fourth quarter, trying to hold on to this 2-goal lead.
They got after Pashalides. I think they recognize that he's a guy who can score in a phone booth. I mean, he's got that hard shot. He's a lefty. He likes that low to high riser that can be tough to read, especially as it gets darker. So they went after him hard. They knocked him down a couple of times. He did a great job to hang on to it. They did a great job on the face-off as well, because it looked like McCroby was going to have the win, but they came after him with a double team, and the long pole Adams was able to take it away. A rare Thomas win. Face-offs are 12-6, but here are the Titans with the ball and a chance to make it a 1-goal game for the first time since the late first quarter. Just a perfect night. We started out somewhere around 60 degrees or so. I think, is it tomorrow it's going in the upper 70s? I believe so.
Could see some rain, though, I'm thinking.
Yeah, or maybe it's Thursday, I was thinking. There's going to be a couple of really warm days here. On the restart, it's Ethan Shappy out in the alley. Jackson Grant defending him. Shappy down the right-hand side, doesn't take it. He's bumped in the back as he feeds goal line left. They feed out front left. They're picking up the pace in the offense a little bit now. Hoban with it. Back out middle for Gottstein. Gottstein dodging right, down the alley. Gottstein to the goal, shoots, and save made by Fayola. And he'll smother it in the crease. His 7th stop of the night, a big one.
Excellent stop. He's able to get the pass out, and actually turns it over.
He throws it away. Eli Adams, the long stick, comes up with another ground ball pickup. So he made the save, but then threw it away. And more life here for Webster Thomas. Tagging up front left of the box is Petz. 7:47, a little more urgency here for this Thomas offense, down by 2. Petz will just fake towards the goal a little bit. He'll circle in behind from left to right. Pashalides on that right-hand side, the good left-hand shooter. Little underhand flip now to Gottstein in the middle. He'll back outside the box. Inside left now to Ethan Shappy. 7 goals coming into the game, team leader. Back out middle for Gottstein. Under 7.5 to play, 8-6, Canandaigua on top. They've led since they scored late in the first quarter. Coming down left-hand alley, Gottstein. Lefty carry, doubles back right. Gottstein feeds left, making to the goal now, and firing and scoring is Ethan Shappy. We have a 1-goal game with 7:12 to play.
Shappy did a fantastic move, and you can tell these players are pumped up as he scored that goal. He did a double fist bump. Fans loved it too, so you can just see the pride. From these fans, from these teams, they both want this so bad, especially how this game ended for Canandaigua, and Webster Thomas wants to create that ambiance that they have going on here after they were able to take down Canandaigua last year. So pretty cool seeing both these teams really pumped up for this one.
That's his 3rd of the game and 8th of the season now with 7:12 left to play. Another huge face-off. Nicholas Ange, the sophomore, given the task here in the second half, and McCroby has this one if he can hang on. He ducks under the double this time. So he has won 13 out of 19, and he'll feed the ball in the middle. Braves trying to get loud. 1-goal lead. Now they're playing that tight man defense again. The goalie Dalber's staying put. They played a little bit of 10-man ride today, which you rarely see in high school lacrosse. In behind the cage now, and back on the goal line right it goes to Sean Mulvaney. So if you're the Braves here, again, you'd like one of those 3-minute-plus possessions ending in a goal here. But they are up by 1 for the first time in a long time. 6:39 left to play. Last time this was a 1-goal game with 7 seconds left to go in the first. Mulvaney in the right-hand corner. He'll lob in behind now. They have the freshman William back to being playmaker behind. He's marked by Owen Wendorf. Out front left now. And back on the left-hand side with it is Sheridan. Sheridan goes hard towards the left-hand goalpost. He'll feed right to Mulvaney. Mulvaney lefty carry. Pass out front to the quarterback, Elliot Morgan. Morgan back outside the box now, and backing up to get some running space is Giuseppe. Giuseppe will feed the ball on the left-hand side. Sheridan has it there. 6:04 to play. Braves 8-7. He'll run middle. They're looking for a real high percentage shot here. On the right-hand side now is Morgan. Morgan dodges middle with left-hand carry. Morgan to the goal, shoots and scores. One hopper, big goal for Morgan. Restored the lead to 2.
Morgan did a nice little spin move to get himself open in the middle of the field and threw a nice one hopper, as he said, Ted, to deposit that goal. And a 9-7 game. Canandaigua back up by 2. 5:51 remaining in the fourth quarter here. That's a big goal for Canandaigua to sweep that momentum back, as it looked like Webster Thomas was taking it a little bit.
Second of the game, 7th of the year, and again, good patient possession for Canandaigua. They've just really done a nice job since that first quarter. They ran into some traps in that first and turned it over a couple of times, and they've tried to stay out of the teeth of that physical Webster D since then, and have had pretty good success. This one is flipped out the back door right into the stick of Brady Camella. So it's 14 out of 20 for Canandaigua at the face-off X. Camella now running around. He's got long pole-itis. He wants to get rid of it, and Devin York's going to call timeout and make sure the ball doesn't get stripped back away. Good timeout there. Big face-off win Braves. They're back up by 2, 5:39 to play. Canandaigua on top by a score of 9-7. Dr. Littlejohn, Dr. Barbie, and their outstanding orthodontic team share a common goal to ensure the overall wellness of each of their patients through their exceptional orthodontic care. Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz are proud to support our area high school athletes. Check out Dr. Rod and Dr. Liz online, littlejohnortho.com. If the Braves win this game, I think what it's going to come down to is they've had the answer. Every time Thomas has looked like they were going to make some noise, the Braves have scored some big answering goals. They've only allowed 2 goals in a row twice in this game, and they've been able to take back momentum right when it seemed like Thomas was in it. I mean, that's a huge goal now with 5:39 to play.
Yeah, and as well as doing that, they're able to kind of, for lack of a better term, take the air out of the ball. I know that's a term you see here more in football, but with McCorby and taking a lot and winning a lot of those faceoffs, they're able to kind of get possession, get into the offensive set, and be in no hurry. You know, if they need to go, if they feel they need to get that momentum back, they go do it, and look for them to kind of do that. Coming out of this timeout, they're going to have possession and look to kind of tick this clock down. 5:39 remaining. So if they're able to kind of create one of those 3-minute long possessions, that would go miles for this Braves team for securing this victory here.
We've been talking about the shot clock rule in college and whether it's easier to come back in a game. I don't think it is. I mean, with an 80-second shot clock, we'd be down to about 6 or 7 possessions left in this game. I think in high school, the possessions turn over more quickly. So the Braves have the ball. They are not on the warning yet, I don't believe. I think they can be out. Yeah, they can go outside the box. But that'll change if we get down to the final seconds with them in the lead. Mulvaney has it right-hand side. Trying to dodge in the long pole, Wolford. Wolford gives him a very hard time. Fans getting into it here at Braves Field. Wolford all over him. Mulvaney trying to dodge inside, lefty carry to the goal. Shoots and scores! Mulvaney took a licking and kept on ticking and made it 10-7.
Wow, I was going to comment about how great that defense was by Wolford keeping him to the outside, but Mulvaney one-upped him. He made an even better play as he was getting hacked by the stick of Wolford, beat him to the goal, got around his man, deposited in the back of the net, and made this a 3-goal lead for Canandaigua. Wow, that was unbelievable. I thought Wolford really had him in check with the skip checks there. Mulvaney made an even better play to secure a goal for Canandaigua.
And, I mean, that's just, you tip your hat. That's great defense by Thomas Wolford all over him, and Mulvaney just wanted that goal. And that's a huge one. Out the back door here and picked up on a hop by Luke McCroby. That might have been almost game there. The lead is back to 3 now. Pass in front of the goal to Fayola. He'll go up the left-hand side now. And back near side, picked up by long stick Mason Bolster. Bolster fires at the empty goal and just knocked away by a hustling Galbraith at the last second. Galbraith was out on the ride, and he ran over and stopped it. He's got to get back in the goal now. Braves, if they're smart, will just move it away. They're doubling hard. It's a full 10-man ride now. Almost never see that flag goes down, though, on Thomas, and we get the whistle.
Yeah, we got
and the Thomas fans are unhappy. Braves are fired up here. They're going to go man up now with 4:40 left, and the 3-goal lead at 10-7. Let's see, the referees are conferring, and we'll get the glasses on when they go over to the table here. It is going to be a 1-minute slash against Webster Thomas. That's big now with 4:40 left to play. I think it is the long stick Eli Adams. He's got the stick in front of his number here. I think it's Adams who got called for that 1-minute slash, and the Braves will go man up. Boy, that was a full 10-man ride. What a play by Dalberth. Dalberth was 20 yards out of the net. They shot full field at the open net, and Dalberth came sprinting across the field and just tipped that away at the last second. And here's the 1-minute man up. Now, again, if you're the Braves, they need to be smart here. They don't need a goal. They need the clock at 000. They'll take a goal if it's a slam dunk, but they really should not be taking any shot here that isn't a real slam dunk scoring chance.
Got a 2-man up situation, it looks like.
Oh, they did, yeah. They called 2 slashes. Well, that's a little different. 6 on 4. They called a pair of slashes. Boy, that's tough. 2 different ones. You'd be better off to have one guy slash twice than 2 separate ones here. So it's 2-man up Canandaigua, right-hand side Sheridan. And again, they're playing this very smart. Devin York's a great coach, and they're just going to look for a slam dunk shot. They don't need to take anything else. Left-hand goalpost in front, unable to pull the trigger is Williamy. Very smart for a freshman. Out top, they'll scale it and score. Man up goal, Elliott Morgan to make it 11-7.
Another goal for Morgan in this game, and that can make it a little bit insurmountable here. 3:53 remaining. Canandaigua takes a 4-goal lead. Great play on the power play there to take advantage of those slashing calls on the Webster Thomas Titans, and that's a huge goal to go miles in this game for Morgan of Canandaigua.
And that's just smart execution by the Braves, because even with 2 men up, they weren't going to take just any old shot. Because, you see teams forget the situation. For example, now with Canandaigua, they don't even need to shoot the ball. They just need to hold on to it. And this is interesting. They're going long pole at the X now for Thomas. Eli Adams is going to try to long pole McCroby. Sometimes the idea is not so much to win the face-off, but beat the heck out of the guy who does. And it's not going to work. He snatched it right off the line quickly. 16 out of 21 today for McCroby. He's going to be chased hard. He'll get rid of it left-hand side. The goalie is not out of the net yet. Knocked down on the far side is the Braves player, hacked around, and finally scooped up by Thomas. And here they come on the run. They need something here. It's David Petz. Petz will feed right on the run. Shot, score. Evan Pashalidis on the fast break after the turnover cuts it to 11-8.
Nice lead by Pats to leave it in the stick of Pashalidis. He's able to deposit that one, but a great pass there. And like I said, it was going to be tough for Thomas to come back, but they get a goal in the next 30 seconds. So 3:29 remaining. They cut the deficit to 3. A fantastic, quick effort there. Didn't work on the face-off opportunity against McCorby, but they're able to get the ball back anyway and go score on the other end.
They'll go long pole again. Again, usually when you do that, it's not so much you're going to try to win the face-off. You're going to almost concede it, but then you're going to beat up on the man who wins it and hope you can take it away. So it's a good defensive long pole. Eli Adams out there at the face-off X, but McCroby's just had it timed. And he'll just scoop that right off the mark again. So here they go. They're going to bang him around. And who's got it? Kick that. Thomas had it. There's a shove, and that should be, well, they give it over to Thomas. Wow, an uncalled push there on Thomas. The Canandaigua fans are upset. They got shoved down. Now we get time out here by Webster Thomas. I think it was Jackson Grant who just got shoved right in the back, and they let it go. So Thomas will have possession. There's still time in this game. 3:13 to play. Braves lead now cut to 11-8. And timeout on the field. DeSanto Propane is 4 generations strong as a trustworthy family-owned business with unmatched customer service. Go online at DeSantoPropane.com for more info or call toll-free 1-800-752-4574 today. Since 1937, the difference has been DeSanto Propane. So we've had a Class D game, a Class C game, and a Class B today. We've seen a lot of different styles in these games, and these two teams, we talked about it, 21 players for each team. Recent graduates are in college. Each team has a bunch of college commits. I mean, these are guys that are going to be making their mark for 4 more years for a lot of them. And just a great talent display today and a fun game to watch.
Yeah, these teams always just play instant classics. You know, last year, back in June in the Section 5 Class B final, Thomas came out 6-5 in that victory. Canandaigua scored all their goals in the fourth quarter, which is something interesting. And if you look back since 2006, these teams have met 19 times, 9 wins for Canandaigua, 10 for Thomas. So if Canandaigua was able to kind of hang on these last 3 minutes, they're going to be able to even that season series, or that career series up since 2006.
See how the Braves play this now defensively. Hoban on the restart. The Braves are just going to single him up. They don't really need to be doubling the ball. They just have to play good fundamental defense here and protect the lead. With the ball left-hand side in behind the net now is Reed Doolittle. Doolittle leans on his defender hard. They can be a little bit patient here, but they got to pick up the pace. Unlike Canandaigua, they can't be too picky on what they shoot here. They got to crank some up. Right-hand side, Shappy. He's in the middle now for Hoban. Can't get the shot away. Hoban gets it back from Gottstein. Hoban on the right-hand side. He'll back away. He's just playing good positional defense. On him is Camella. Comes down the alley, shoots. That hit the crossbar and bounces out. On the near side, it's backed up by Thomas. That didn't miss by much. 2:38 left, 11-8 Braves. So for everything Thomas has done, they've shaved 1 goal off that margin in the second half. That's protecting a lead by Canandaigua. Gottstein right-hand side. He's out middle now to Shappy. Shappy with a right-hand carry. He'll dodge, swim move on Camella. Camella hangs him up. Gets to the front of the goal. Can't shoot. Camella, good defense. And back left-hand side now is Shappy. He'll swing the sidearm pass out to Gottstein. Down to 2:16 left. He'll come down the right-hand alley. Pass in front. Rip over the top by Pep. And that's backed up by Thomas now with 2:08 left.
He had a great opportunity there. Just let it go a little bit high the net.
Just good fundamental defense. Tripped up now is Doolittle. Came to the front of the net. Ball's bouncing free. Shappy picks it up. Shappy tries to flip a pass. He gets knocked down. It's rolling. It is just kept in bounds by Pascalitas. Canandaigua gets the ball. The Braves going to stop and a takeaway now, and they can protect with 1:47 left to play. Pass back in the goal to Fayola. He has 7 saves. Dalberth has 6 for Webster Thomas. Canandaigua's got to hurry a little. They're going to fire at the empty net for a goalie goal. That's not a bad play there. That gets you your clear, and they had backup. Maybe that's what they were trying to do before when I thought it was kind of a funny take, because that time he just slung it down the field, Fayola did, and that got them the clear, because what they really needed was the clear, and with the backup, he was able to fling it over the top and get possession in the offensive end, because that clear was in a little bit of trouble. Jackson Grant with it now. Let's see how well coached Canandaigua is. They should not shoot the ball here under any circumstances with 1:16 left. And the fans are starting to recognize that. Grant dancing in behind the net. Shappy on him. He'll just fake towards the net. Again, I think Devin York, I know how good a coach he is. They're not going to be shooting the ball. They just don't need to do it. And we're down to 1 minute left to play. Goalie's out now. They might go for that empty netter, but even that, they shouldn't do it. All they need to do is run it out. Well, they'll take it, see, and miss. Oh, that's not a good play. They got away with it, but just that's not what you need here. You need to hold the ball, run out the clock. The only thing that can get you out of this game is for the other team to get possession. Now Canandaigua was forced to stay in. They've got to stay inside the box, so the defense has less room to cover. Sheridan dodging back and forth. Sheridan, flag goes down. Oh, that's going to be the end of it for Thomas. They'll steal the ball now, but get the flag. So Thomas fouls trying to take it away, and the Braves will have possession, man up with 37.6 left.
The Braves fans love it too, as they know they're going to go on the attack here with the power play opportunity, and
they're also throwing in the towel. Zachary Isaac, junior goalie who's played 11 minutes this year, is going to come in. So that is it for Owen Dalberth. They're going to bring in their backup goalie at 37.6. It was a minute penalty. Oh, it was on Dalberth. That's why Dalberth got the penalty. I think he slashed somebody. Wow, a goalie penalty. You don't see that very often. With 37.6 left. That's why they brought the backup in. I know it was kind of odd otherwise. So the Braves have to stay in the box, but again, all they need is time off the clock. And a good man to handle it here at Elliott Morgan. Morgan in the back line taking a lot of pops from Will Peters. Peters trying to hack the ball free. 22 seconds. He'll just go back and forth. He's shoved in the back in the football end zone. He'll just jog with it. He's got his left hand choked up on the cross. Doubles back now right to left in behind. Goalie staying in here, man down. They're not going to go 10-man. Pass gets away from Jackson Grant. 9 seconds left. Goes out of bounds. Thomas will have one more chance. But the Braves are going to protect this lead here. Charging up the field. The long pass down the middle. And it's going to bounce loose. One final hit put on by Brady Camella. And the clock stopped at 7/10. And one more chance here for Thomas. David Petzel fired at the net. Petz will crank it up. and tipped away. The save made by Theola, and they're out to congratulate the goalie as the Braves win it here tonight. They took everything Thomas threw at them and held that lead once they took it at the end of the first. Our final score, the Canandaigua Braves 11, the Webster Thomas Titans 8, and we'll be back to wrap it up next on FingerLakes1.com.